Big Bang Theory. Season 1 Episode 7. Series 01 Episode 07 The Dumpling Paradigm Scene. The apartment, the living room. Howard. Watch this, it's really cool. Call Leonard Hofstadter. Howard's phone. Did you say, call Helen Boxleitner? Howard. No. Call Leonard Hofstadter. Howard's phone. Did you say, call Temple Beth Sater? Howard. No. Leonard. Here, let me try. Call McFlono McFloonilu. Haha. Howard's phone. Calling Rajesh Kuthrapalli. Raj's phone rings. Expression. This opening gag with Howard's voice-activated phone humorously showcases the early stages of flawed technology, leading to comical misinterpretations that highlight the characters' names and even cultural institutions. Temple Beth Sater. Leonard's silly, McFlono McFloonilu, only to have it correctly call Raj is a surprising and funny twist, revealing the AI's unexpected logic. Raj. Oh, that's very impressive. And a little racist. Expression. Raj's dry, immediate observation that the phone's ability to correctly interpret McFlono McFloonilu as Rajesh Kuthrapalli is impressive but also implicitly racist, playing on stereotypes. Sheldon. If we're all through playing mock the flawed technology, can we get on with Halo Night? We were supposed to start at 8, it is now 8:06. Cultural reference. Halo, a popular science fiction first-person shooter video game franchise. Expression. Sheldon, ever the stickler for rules and schedules, cuts through the humor to immediately focus on their planned activity and the time lost. Sheldon. Yes, first we have to decide if those lost 6 minutes will be coming out of game time, bathroom time or the pizza break. Expression. Sheldon's intense need to account for every minute, even in their leisure time, highlighting his rigid personality. Howard. If we're having anchovies on the pizza we can't take it out of bathroom time. Expression. Howard's gross and specific reasoning, hinting at his, and perhaps the group's, digestive issues if anchovies are involved, adding a touch of gross-out humor. Sheldon. Oh, what fresh hell is this? Idiom. What fresh hell is this? Idiomatic, a dramatic exclamation used when a new and unwelcome situation arises. Expression. Sheldon's dramatic and theatrical response to the unexpected knock on the door, revealing his aversion to spontaneity and disruption. Howard. See a penny, pick her up, and all the day you'll have good luck. Idiom. See a penny, pick it up, all the day you'll have good luck, a common children's rhyme and superstition. Expression. Howard's immediate and cringy attempt at a pickup line using Penny's name, showcasing his persistent pursuit of women. Penny. Well, there's this girl I know from back in Nebraska, Christy. Well anyway she called me up and she's like, hey, how's California? And I'm like, awesome, cuz, you know, it's not Nebraska, and the next thing I know she's invited herself out here to stay with me. Cultural reference. Nebraska. A U.S. state often stereotyped as rural and less exciting than California. Expression. Penny's explanation of her predicament, highlighting her casual approach to inviting people and her disdain for her home state. Penny. Anyway, she got here today, and she's just been in my apartment, yakety-yakking about every guy she's slept with in Omaha, which is basically every guy in Omaha, and washing the sluttiest collection of underwear you have ever seen in my bathroom sink. Slang. Yakety-yakking, informal. Talking incessantly and tediously. Sluttiest. Slang, sexually promiscuous or provocative in appearance. Thong. A type of minimal underwear. Expression. Penny's colorful and explicit description of her friend Christy's behavior and personal items, highlighting Christy's promiscuity and Penny's frustration. Howard. Well, is she doing it one thong at a time, or does she just throw it all in, like some sort of erotic bouillabaisse? Cultural reference. Bouillabaisse, a traditional Provençal fish stew, characterized by its mix of various ingredients. Expression. Howard's immediately sexualized and gross question, using a food metaphor, showcasing his inappropriate and objectifying tendencies. Penny. She really needs to dial it down. Idiom. Dial it down, idiomatic, to reduce the intensity or degree of something. Expression. Penny's direct and polite plea to Leonard to control Howard's inappropriate behavior. Penny. Well, she was engaged to my cousin while she was sleeping with my brother, so she's kind of family. Expression. Penny's revelation of Christie's complex and morally questionable family ties, explaining why she tolerates her. Sheldon. You know, I apologize for my earlier outburst. Who needs Halo when we can be regaled with the delightfully folksy tale of the whore of Omaha? Leonard. Oh, I don't think she's a whore. Penny. No, yeah, she's definitely a whore. Vocabulary. Regaled. Entertained or amused with talk. Folksy. Characteristic of traditional culture, friendly and informal. Whore. Slang. A promiscuous woman. Expression. Sheldon's sarcastic apology, and his immediate embrace of the new entertainment of Penny's story, using highly judgmental language. Whore of Omaha. Leonard's polite hesitation is quickly overruled by Penny's own blunt assessment of her friend. Howard, voice off, bonjour. Mademoiselle, I understand you're new in town. Cultural reference. Bonjour mademoiselle, French, good day, young lady. Expression. Howard, true to form, has already sought out the new woman, using a foreign greeting in his attempts to impress. Scene. Penny, Sheldon, Raj and Leonard stand in the apartment doorway. Romantic music plays from Penny's apartment door. Sheldon. And I cannot believe people pay for horoscopes, but on a more serious note it's 8:13 and we're still not playing Halo. Expression. Sheldon's characteristic shift from a trivial annoyance, horoscopes, to his main, time-sensitive concern, Halo Night, ignoring the clear indication of Howard's activities. Sheldon. One-on-one? We don't play one-on-one, we play teams, not one-on-one. One-on-one. Expression. Sheldon's obsessive insistence on playing by their established rules for Halo, resisting any deviation from their usual team setup. Raj. Oh, sure, cut the foreigner in half, there's a billion more where he came from. Expression. Raj's sarcastic and self-deprecating comment, playing on the stereotype of India's large population, highlighting his minority status. Sheldon. No. The wheel was a great idea. Relativity was a great idea. This is a notion, and a rather sucky one at that. Cultural reference. The wheel, relativity, two fundamental scientific and technological breakthroughs. Expression. Sheldon's dismissive and arrogant judgment of Penny's offer to play, comparing it unfavorably to major scientific discoveries, highlighting his intellectual snobbery. Sheldon. This is a complex battle simulation with a steep learning curve. There are myriad weapons, vehicles and strategies to master, not to mention an extremely intricate backstory. Vocabulary. Steep learning curve. A situation in which a lot needs to be learned in a short period of time. Myriad. A countless or extremely great number of. Intricate backstory. A detailed and complex history or background. Expression. Sheldon's overly detailed and condescending explanation of the complexity of Halo, implying Penny is too simple to grasp it. Penny, picking up a controller, there is the sound of an explosion from the television. Oh cool, whose head did I just blow off? Sheldon. Mine. Penny. Okay, I got this, lock and load boys. Military slang, lock and load, slang. Prepare a firearm for firing. Expression. Penny's immediate and accidental success, followed by her confident, and slightly cocky, declaration, contrasting with Sheldon's detailed explanation. Sheldon. Yes, but whoever's her partner will be hamstrung by her lack of experience and not to mention that fact that shish. Another explosion. Penny. Ha ha, there goes your head again. Idiom. Hamstrung, idiomatic, severely restricted the efficiency or effectiveness of someone or something. Expression. Sheldon's attempt to explain the negative impact of Penny's inexperience, only to be immediately cut off by Penny's continued accidental success and taunt. Sheldon. Okay, this isn't at all good sportsmanship to shoot somebody who's just respawned, you need to give them a chance to. Explosion, now come on. Gaming terminology. Respawned, gaming. To reappear in a video game after being killed. Expression. Sheldon's frustration and his insistence on sportsmanship in a video game, despite Penny's chaotic but effective playing style. Time shift. Sheldon. Okay, that's it, I don't know how, but she is cheating. No one can be that attractive and be this skilled at a video game. Expression. Sheldon's irrational conclusion that Penny must be cheating, stemming from his inability to reconcile her attractiveness with her unexpected skill, highlighting his biases and lack of understanding of women. Penny. Wait, Sheldon, come back, you forgot something. Sheldon. What? Penny. This plasma grenade. Explosion. Ha. Look, it's raining you. Gaming terminology. Plasma grenade. A type of explosive weapon in Halo. Expression. Penny's taunting and victorious use of a grenade to kill Sheldon, showcasing her emerging skill and competitive nature. Sheldon. You laugh now, you just wait. Until you need tech support. Expression. Sheldon's petty threat of withholding his technical expertise, showing his sore loser tendencies. Leonard. Well, to be fair, he is also a rather unpleasant winner. Expression. Leonard's balanced and accurate assessment of Sheldon's personality, regardless of winning or losing. Leonard. You know, Penny, we make such a good team, maybe we could enter a couple of Halo tournaments sometime. Penny. Or we could just have a life. Leonard. I guess for you that's an option. Expression. Leonard's attempt to use their gaming chemistry to suggest further collaboration, and Penny's immediate and slightly dismissive suggestion of having a life, highlighting the fundamental difference in their priorities. Leonard's dejected response acknowledges this difference. Raj. What do you suppose she meant by that? Leonard. She's an enigma, Raj. Vocabulary. Enigma. A person or thing that is mysterious, puzzling, or difficult to understand. Expression. Raj's continued confusion about Penny's meaning, and Leonard's frustrated admission that Penny is simply beyond their comprehension. Sheldon. And another thing, there's a certain ethic to the game, Penny, a well-established. Leonard. She's gone, Sheldon. Expression. Sheldon's continued lecturing about gaming ethics, even after Penny has left, showcasing his inability to let things go. Sheldon. It's called carpal tunnel syndrome, and quite frankly you deserve it. Medical terminology. Carpal tunnel syndrome. A condition causing pain, numbness, and tingling in the hand and arm, caused by a compressed nerve in the wrist. Expression. Sheldon's immediate and unsympathetic diagnosis and pronouncement of deserving a medical condition, highlighting his lack of empathy. Penny. Well, Howard and Christy are kind of hooking up in my bedroom. Leonard. Are you sure? Penny. Look, I grew up on a farm. Okay, from what I heard they're either having sex or Howard's caught in a milking machine. Slang. Hooking up, slang, engaging in sexual activity. Expression. Penny's blunt and graphic description of Howard and Christy's activities, using a farm analogy to convey the unambiguous nature of the sounds. Leonard. No, take the couch, or my bed. I just got new pillows, hypoallergenics. Penny. The couch is good. Vocabulary. Hypoallergenics. Materials or products that are relatively unlikely to cause an allergic reaction. Expression. Leonard's overly generous offer, highlighting his desire to help Penny and his hope for a closer connection. Penny, however, declines the bedroom. Sheldon. Let me guess, you have a problem with this. Sheldon. Where do I begin? Leonard. It's up to you, crazy person's choice. Expression. Leonard's resigned anticipation of Sheldon's objections, and Sheldon's immediate and dramatic listing of his numerous concerns. Sheldon. Well, first, we don't have house guests. Frankly, if I could afford the rent, I'd ask you to leave. Leonard. Your friendship means a lot to me as well, what else? Expression. Sheldon's extremely direct and insulting statement about his preference for no house guests, even if it means expelling Leonard. Leonard's sarcastic response highlights Sheldon's rudeness. Sheldon. Well, our earthquake supplies, we have a 2-day, 2-man kit. Leonard. So? Sheldon. So, if there is an earthquake and the three of us are trapped here, we could be out of food by tomorrow afternoon. Leonard. I'm sorry, are you suggesting that if we let Penny stay we might succumb to cannibalism? Sheldon. No one ever thinks it will happen until it does. Expression. Sheldon's ludicrous logical leap from having an extra person to potential cannibalism in an earthquake scenario, showcasing his extreme paranoia and literal interpretation of survival scenarios. Sheldon. He's engaging in reductio ad absurdum. It's the logical fallacy of extending someone's argument to ridiculous proportions and then criticizing the result, and I do not appreciate it. Logical fallacy. Reductio ad absurdum. A method of proving the falsity of a premise by showing that its logical consequence is absurd or contradictory. Expression. Sheldon, true to his academic nature, immediately identifies and criticizes Leonard's use of a logical fallacy, even in a tense emotional moment. Sheldon. Okay, well, since I'm obviously being ignored here, let's go over the morning schedule. I use the bathroom from 7 to 7:20. Plan your ablutions in bodily functions accordingly. Penny. How am I supposed to plan my bodily functions? Sheldon. I suggest no liquids after 11 p.m. Vocabulary. Ablutions. The act of washing oneself. Expression. Sheldon's imposition of his rigid schedule on Penny, including details about her bodily functions, highlighting his control issues and lack of awareness of personal boundaries. Sheldon. Your head goes on the other end. Penny. Why? Sheldon. It's culturally universal. A bed, even a temporary bed, is always oriented with the headboard away from the door. It serves the ancient imperative of protecting oneself against marauders. Expression. Sheldon's obsessive and historically rooted explanation for the correct way to orient a bed, linking it to ancient protective instincts, showcasing his unique blend of intelligence and neuroses. Sheldon. Yes. If you use my toothbrush, I'll jump out that window. Please don't come to my funeral. Have a good night. Expression. Sheldon's dramatic and extreme threat regarding his toothbrush, highlighting his germophobia and obsessive need for personal hygiene. Leonard. FYI, his toothbrush is the red one in the plexiglass case under the UV light. Expression. Leonard, having dealt with Sheldon for years, immediately provides the practical, and slightly disturbing, information about Sheldon's toothbrush, demonstrating his familiarity with Sheldon's quirks. Penny turns off light and lies down on couch. Across the room, Raj is still in the kitchen, eating a sandwich. Realizing everyone has forgotten about him, he quietly lets himself out. Penny hears the door close, looks worried, then moves her head to the other end of the couch. Expression. A silent comedic moment as Raj, overlooked by everyone, quietly exits. Penny's immediate, and subconscious, adherence to Sheldon's marauder rule after hearing a noise, demonstrating the lingering impact of his bizarre instructions. Scene. The following morning. Sheldon is in the kitchen making breakfast. He crosses to the couch, sees Penny sleeping there, looks lost. He is about to sit down on Penny when Leonard enters. Sheldon. Every Saturday since we have lived in this apartment, I have awakened at 6:15, poured myself a bowl of cereal, added a quarter cup of 2% milk, sat on this end of this couch, turned on BBC America and watched Doctor Who. Cultural reference. BBC America, Doctor Who, a British television channel and a long-running British science fiction television series. Expression. Sheldon's rigid adherence to his precise Saturday morning routine, highlighting his need for predictability and his specific pop culture interests. Sheldon. Because I am neither an invalid nor a woman celebrating Mother's Day. Expression. Sheldon's explanation for why he won't eat breakfast in his room. Using a very Sheldon-esque and socially awkward comparison. Penny. What the hell is your problem? Expression. Penny's immediate frustration and anger at being woken up by Sheldon's bizarre routine. Sheldon. Okay, this cereal has lost all its molecular integrity. I now have a bowl of shredded wheat paste. Expression. Sheldon's dramatic and scientific description of his soggy cereal, prioritizing its physical state over Penny's comfort. Howard, entering. Hola, nerd migos. Slang. Hola, Spanish, hello. Nerd migos, a portmanteau of nerd and amigos, Spanish for friends. Expression. Howard's attempt to be cool and culturally aware, using a portmanteau to address his friends. Penny. Why do you people hate sleep? Are you wearing my robe? Expression. Penny's exasperated question and her immediate realization that Howard has been using her belongings. Howard. In the shower. Oh, by the way, where did you get that loofah mitt? Yours reaches places that mine just won't. Penny. Why, you used my loofah? Howard. More precisely, we used your loofah. I exfoliated her brains out. Penny. You can keep that too. Vocabulary. Loofah mitt. A bath scrub. Made from a fibrous gourd. Exfoliated. Washed or scrubbed. A part of the body, to remove dead skin cells. Expression. Howard's utterly disgusting and inappropriate confession that he and Christy used Penny's loofah for intimate bathing, followed by Penny's horrified reaction and willingness to let him keep it. Exfoliated her brains out, is a crude double entendre. Howard. Ah, well then we'll probably need to talk about your stuffed bear collection. Expression. Howard's further implication that his and Christie's sexual activities might extend to Penny's other personal items, including her innocent stuffed bears. Christie, entering, there's my little engine that could. Howard. CHKA 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 CHKA, they kiss. Sheldon. Well, there's one beloved children's book I'll never read again. Cultural reference. The Little Engine That Could. A classic children's book about a small train engine that overcomes obstacles. Expression. Christie's sexually suggestive pet name for Howard, Howard's enthusiastic and gross imitation of a train, and Sheldon's disgusted reaction to the ruination of a childhood classic. Christie. Right, you're Howard's entourage. Expression. Christie's dismissive and demeaning categorization of Sheldon and Leonard as mere accessories to Howard, highlighting her shallow perception of them. Penny. Yeah, no, I meant plans to find some place to live. Other than with me, not that I don't love having you, but it's a little crowded. Leonard. Penny, you're always welcome to stay with us. Sheldon. Oh, terrific, now we're running a cute little B&B. Expression. Penny's attempt to politely get Christie to leave, Leonard's immediate and overly generous offer of hospitality, and Sheldon's sarcastic B&B comment, again highlighting his aversion to house guests. Howard. Let me offer a little outside-the-box thinking here. Why doesn't Christie stay with me? Leonard. For one thing, you live with your mother. Howard. I do not, my mother lives with me. Idiom. Outside-the-box thinking, idiomatic, thinking creatively or unconventionally. Expression. Howard's attempt to sound sophisticated with an idiom, leading to Leonard's blunt reality check, and Howard's pedantic and self-deceptive rephrasing of his living situation. Sheldon. Well then, it's all settled. Christie will stay with Howard, Penny can go back to her apartment, and I'll watch the last 24 minutes of Doctor Who, although at this point it's more like Doctor Why Bother? Expression. Sheldon, having orchestrated a solution that benefits him, getting his Halo game back and Penny out of his apartment, quickly dictates the outcome and offers a disgruntled pun about Doctor Who. Howard. So, what do you say, you want to repair to Castle Wolowitz? Christie. What is that, like a Mexican deli? Howard. I'm sorry, I should have mentioned this earlier, my last name is Wolowitz. Christie. Oh, that's so cool. My first Jew. Cultural reference. Castle Wolowitz. Howard's pompous and humorous name for his mother's house. Mexican deli. Christie's immediate and rather ignorant interpretation. Expression. Howard's attempt at romantic grandeur is comically deflated by Christie's cluelessness. Her enthusiastic, my first Jew, is a moment of very awkward, almost offensive, directness. Sheldon. I imagine there aren't many kosher cornhuskers. Cultural references. Kosher. Jewish dietary laws, food prepared according to Jewish law. Cornhuskers. A nickname for people from Nebraska. Expression. Sheldon's dry and analytical comment, combining Jewish dietary laws with a Nebraska stereotype, further highlighting Christie's background and his intellectual superiority. Howard. Who cares? Last night she pulled off her blouse and I wept. Penny. Look, Howard, I know her, okay, she'll have sex with anyone as long as they keep buying her things. Howard. Really? Penny. Yeah. Howard. Yay. If you'll excuse me, I have some bar mitzvah bonds to cash. Expression. Howard's desperate and pathetic admission of his sexual drought. I wept. Penny's blunt honesty about Christie's transactional nature, which Howard embraces with perverse delight. Immediately revealing his plan to use his bar mitzvah money for sex. This is a very dark humor moment. Scene. A Chinese restaurant. Sheldon. I'm sorry, we cannot do this. Without Wolowitz. Leonard. We can't order Chinese food without Wolowitz? Sheldon. Let me walk you through it. Our standard is the steamed dumpling. Appetizer, General Tso's chicken, beef with broccoli, shrimp with lobster sauce and vegetable lo mein. Do you see the problem? Leonard. I see a problem. Sheldon. Our entire order is predicated on 4 dumplings and 4 entrees divided among 4 people. Expression. Sheldon's absolute breakdown of their Chinese food ordering system, which is meticulously planned for 4 people, highlighting his rigid adherence to routine and his inability to adapt. Sheldon. Then it is no longer a dumpling, once you cut it open it is at best a very small open-faced sandwich. Expression. Sheldon's extreme literalism and pedantry, arguing that cutting a dumpling changes its fundamental nature, showcasing his obsessive need for classification and order. Waiter. Hi fellas. Oh, where's your annoying little friend who thinks he speaks Mandarin? Sheldon. He's putting his needs ahead of the collective good. Pointing at waiter. Where he comes from, that's punishable by death. Waiter. I come from Sacramento. Expression. The waiter's immediate and insulting description of Howard and Sheldon's dramatic, and false, claim about the severity of Howard's crime, in his, Sheldon's imagined, culture, only to be humorously deflated by the waiter's mundane origin. Leonard. Can we get an order of dumplings, but with 3 instead of 4? Waiter. No substitutions. Leonard. This isn't a substitution, it's a reduction. Waiter. Okay, no reductions. Expression. Leonard's attempt to logically reason with the waiter, highlighting the waiter's stubborn adherence to rules and the absurdity of restaurant policies. Sheldon. No, if we fill up on dumplings we'll need to eliminate another entree. Waiter. No eliminations. Expression. The ongoing comedic battle between Sheldon's rigid system and the waiter's inflexible rules, leading to a deadlock. Sheldon. Have you seen Penny eat Chinese food? She uses a fork, and she double dips her egg rolls. Leonard. We don't order egg rolls. Sheldon. Exactly, but we'd have to if she was here. Expression. Sheldon's detailed and disgusted reasons for not wanting Penny at dinner, focusing on her perceived, uncivilized, eating habits and her potential to disrupt their established order. Raj. Can we please make a decision? Not only are there children starving in India, there's an Indian starving right here. Leonard. Here's an idea, why don't we just go out for Indian food? Sheldon. No. Raj. Expression. Raj's dramatic plea, using both a serious societal issue and his personal hunger to motivate a decision. Leonard's logical suggestion, and Sheldon's immediate and flat rejection, which frustrates Raj. Waiter. You are nice boys. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring you the 4 dumplings. When I'm walking over to the table, maybe I get bumped, one of the dumplings falls to the floor, no one has to know. Sheldon. I'll know. Waiter. Wanders away cursing in Mandarin. Expression. The waiter's surprisingly helpful, and slightly illegal, solution, which Sheldon immediately ruins with his inability to lie or overlook a deviation from perfection. The waiter's subsequent cursing in Mandarin highlights his frustration. Scene. Outside Penny's door. Leonard knocks. Penny. She's not my friend. Friends do not get their friends' Care Bears all sweaty. Cultural reference. Care Bears. Popular teddy bears with symbols on their bellies. Expression. Penny's disgust and anger at Christie's actions, using a surprisingly innocent object to describe the sexual activity. Sheldon. Yes. Penny, we would very much appreciate it if you would be the 4th member of our Halo team. I don't think I need to tell you what an honor this is. Penny. Oh, that's so sweet. But I'm going out dancing with a girlfriend. Sheldon. You can't go out, it's Halo night. Expression. Sheldon's formal and condescending invitation, framing it as a great honor, followed by his indignant and baseless Demand that Penny cancel her plans because it's Halo night. Sheldon. Then it's not dancing night. Penny. Look, why don't I play with you guys tomorrow? Sheldon. Tonight is Halo night, it's like talking to a wall. Penny. Alright, now Sheldon, you and I are about to have a problem. Expression. Sheldon's childish and literal argument that Penny's choice makes it not dancing night, and his frustrated comparison of Penny to a wall, leading to Penny's direct warning. Sheldon. Yes, but you didn't portray her as completely irrational. Expression. Sheldon's complaint that Leonard's role-playing didn't accurately depict Penny's irrationality, highlighting his inability to grasp that people don't always behave logically. Leonard. Maybe we should have asked if we could go dancing with her and her girlfriend. Sheldon. Okay, assuming we could dance, which we can't, there are 3 of us and 2 of them. Leonard. So? Sheldon. It's the Chinese restaurant all over again. I assure you that cutting a dumpling in thirds is child's play compared with 3 men, each attempting to dance with 67% of a woman. Expression. Leonard's desperate attempt to salvage the evening, leading to Sheldon's immediate and absurd mathematical calculation of the impossibility of 3 men dancing with 2 women, linking it back to the dumpling dilemma and showcasing his literal and obsessive nature. Sheldon. Your anger's not with me, sir, but with basic mathematics. Expression. Sheldon's defensive and pedantic response, blaming Leonard's anger on his inability to accept mathematical reality. Raj. What's happening to us? We're falling apart. Leonard. Who are you calling? Sheldon. The only man who can restore any semblance of balance to our universe. Expression. Raj's lament about their group's disintegration and Sheldon's dramatic declaration that only Howard can save their universe, elevating their video game to cosmic importance. Howard, voice. Hi, this is Howard Wolowitz. Christy, voice. And this is Christy Van Der Bell. Howard, voice. We can't get to the phone right now because we're having sex. Christy, voice. You're not going to put that on your message, are you? Howard, voice. No, I'm just kidding, I'll re-record it. Beep. Expression. Howard's explicit and crude answering machine message, designed to brag about his sexual activity, and Christy's immediate, and understandable, embarrassment. Scene. Outside Howard's house. Sheldon. No, I'm going to ask him to choose between sex and Halo 3. As far as I know, sex has not been upgraded to include high-def graphics and enhanced weapon systems. Cultural reference. Halo 3. A newer version of the Halo video game, implying better graphics and features. Expression. Sheldon's logical, and completely socially unaware, argument, comparing sex to a video game and highlighting its lack of upgrades in his mind. Leonard. You're right, all sex has is nudity, orgasms and human contact. Sheldon. My point. Expression. Leonard's sarcastic summary of the benefits of sex, to which Sheldon ironically agrees, reinforcing his asexuality and lack of interest in such unupgraded activities. Christy, voice from within. I'm just saying, you can take the damned plastic off the couch once in a while. Howard's mother, voice. Why, so you and Howard can hump on it. Howard, voice. Ladies, I'm sure there's a middle ground. Christy and Howard's mother together. Shut up, Howard. Expression. The immediate revelation of the escalating domestic dispute between Christy and Howard's mother, showcasing the chaotic and sexually charged atmosphere in Howard's home. The synchronized, "Shut up, Howard," is a classic comedic beat. Howard, voice. You girls talk, I'm going to take my scooter out for a little spin. Expression. Howard's immediate retreat from the conflict, revealing his escapism and avoidance of confrontation. Christy, voice as Howard emerges through door. Are you happy? You drove your own son out of the house. Howard's mother, voice. Why don't you stop butting in where you don't belong? Christy, voice. What did you call me? Howard's mother, voice. You heard me, and I'll tell you something else. You're barking up the wrong tree, 'cause as long as you're around, Howard is out of the will. Christy, voice. You know what, I got better offers, I'm out of here. Howard's mother, voice. That's right. Go back to Babylon, you whore. Idiom. barking up the wrong tree. Idiomatic, pursuing a mistaken or misguided course of action. Cultural reference. Babylon, an ancient Mesopotamian city, often associated with sin and moral decay in a biblical context. Expression. The escalating, venomous argument between Christie and Mrs. Wolowitz, revealing the latter's extreme protectiveness of Howard, and his inheritance, and her deeply offensive name-calling. Christie's quick exit when money is involved reinforces Penny's earlier assessment. Howard. So, Halo Night, huh? Expression. Howard's immediate and pathetic attempt to escape the domestic chaos by returning to his friends and their game. Raj. I thought she was the whore of Omaha? Sheldon. Shish. Expression. Raj's quick, literal recall of Penny's earlier description of Christie, and Sheldon's rare shush to avoid upsetting Howard further. Scene. The apartment, Halo Night. Sheldon. I can't shoot now, I'm cloaking. Leonard. Now, Raj, kill Sheldon. Raj. I can't see him. Sheldon. That's why they call it cloaking, dead man. Gaming terminology. Cloaking. Gaming, an ability in some games to become invisible. Expression. The rapid-fire gaming. Banter, showcasing their immersed, competitive play, and Sheldon's characteristic pedantry even in the heat of battle. Penny, entering with 3 other sexy women. Hi guys, my friends and I got tired of dancing, so we came over to have sex with you. Leonard. That will do, Raj, straight for the tank. Sheldon. We said no tanks. Raj. There are no rules in hell. Howard. Son of a bitch, medpack, I need a medpack. Penny. Told ya. They leave. Gaming terminology. Tank, medpack, types of equipment or roles in a video game. Expression. The ultimate fantasy for the guys, a group of attractive women wanting sex, appears, but is immediately revealed to be a hallucination, or at least a dramatic exaggeration by Raj, highlighting their vivid imaginations and sexual frustration. Their responses are all gaming-related, further emphasizing their detachment from reality. There are no rules in hell, is Raj's dramatic declaration in this imagined scenario. Sheldon. Why did you hit pause? Leonard. I thought I heard something. Raj. What? Leonard. No, never mind, all right, go. Expression. The abrupt return to reality, with Leonard pausing the game due to the hallucination and their immediate resumption of play, highlighting their preference for the virtual world.